It's been a month and a half since I've started my running journey and my training for a marathon. And today I'm sharing everything that I've learned so far. There's these little gummies and it just shows you that consistency is key. I like using the Nike Run Club app. Let's talk about after run fueling because I feel like it's not talked about enough because these things aren't necessities. These are definitely privileges, and a cushiony right here and the ankle support is really nice. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Kaitlyn, and if you watch some of my more recent videos, you would know that I am training for my first marathon. I've always been someone who's enjoyed running, but I always did it like 1 or 2 miles. I've never really gone past 4. So this was a big goal I had for this year, and it was honestly a New Year's resolution. I just started in January, and I'm honestly so shocked and proud of myself of how far I've come in only this short amount of time. So I'm going to share all my tips and tricks that I've learned so far in the beginning of my running journey in hopes to inspire you to start your own. I have a list on my phone, so if you ever see me referring to that, I'm just looking at my notes. The first thing that I want to talk about when you start your running journey is consistency. I didn't realize how important it was to just lock in, and you have to give it a shot. Running is literally about showing up on the days that you don't feel like showing up, and those days will turn out to be one of your best runs. Improvements are going to come over time, but that takes small daily efforts. Every run is a run that will lead to your success, but if you don't run them, you're not going to succeed. I think it's really fun to make like running content, and that honestly inspires me to stay consistent. I will tell all my friends and family what I'm doing because they'll inspire you. I like using the Nike Run Club app. That's what I use to train. That's where I got my training plan, and I just follow it the week. I haven't missed a run yet, and it's been the best thing I've ever done. I started my running journey a little over a month ago, like I said, and in the beginning I couldn't run 3 miles straight. I had to take a break to walk. I couldn't do it, but now I literally just ran 8 miles consecutively, no stopping, and that's just insane to you, and that just shows you that consistency is key. I also think it's so motivating to see how far you've come. You just have to give yourself the opportunity to see the growth so that you can be motivated to go further. If you just run for 2 days and you're like, oh, I'm done, that was hard, you're never going to see what you can actually do, and you're never going to reach your full potential. So all I'm asking is to give yourself a month. Give yourself a month of your time. Don't stop for a month. It's going to be hard, but let it be hard for a month. I take cycle bar classes, and one of my favorite things that one of the cycle bar instructors says is be comfortable with being uncomfortable. I think that's such an amazing message because we are so comfortable being lazy, doing bad habits, but we're not comfortable with like running, being tired. So being comfortable with not being comfortable is just what's going to make your goals a reality and what's going to push you to the next level. It's so important to just give yourself a little bit of time. Don't stop when things get hard. Wait for them to become something that you love and something that's actually fun. And celebrate every little achievement. If you go farther than you did the day before, celebrate. That's amazing. That means you're growing, you're changing, you're becoming faster, you're running longer. When I finished my 8-mile run, I literally had nothing but a huge smile on my face of relief, of joy. I was so happy, and I was genuinely proud of myself. So just be consistent. You owe it to yourself. The next thing that I want to talk about is fueling on your runs and before and after your runs. I have learned a lot on TikTok about fueling for running. I've always been somewhat of an athletic person, but running is just a different beast, and it needs a fueling that's specific to it. I am someone who likes to work out. I like to go to the gym, lift, and I normally go really early in the morning, like at 6 a.m., and I would do it pretty fasted. Like I normally wouldn't eat anything just because I didn't feel hungry, and it didn't really affect my workouts. So running is something that you need to eat before you do it, or you're gonna have no energy. I learned this the hard way, but now I know, and it's honestly made such a difference in my performance while running. My go-to pre-run fuel is a piece of toast with peanut butter on it. I'm good, bro. I can run. That just fuels me. It gives me the right amount of carbs, and like the peanut butter has healthy fats. You want to eat something that's kind of carb heavy when you're about to start your runs because that's what you're going to need to fuel yourself. And then during your run, there's a few different options. I've only ran a few times where I've actually needed to fuel, but I have kind of figured out what I like. I just tried these recently. They're the Honey Stinger Chews. These are so good. They taste like candy, and they're already open because these have 2 servings in them, so that's honestly awesome. There's these little gummies, and they're just like energy chews, and they give you energy to fuel for your run. I normally fuel if I'm running for over an hour, and then I'll do it for every 30 minutes. So like I had these at mile 3, my last long run, and oh my gosh, they just inspired me, sparked something in me that made me run farther. So good. We'll be purchasing this again. This was my first time trying it. And then my absolute favorite is the sea salt caramel goo. Oh my god, this is so tasty. Especially when you're on a run, these taste like the best thing on planet Earth. Eat this again the same amount of time. I would eat the other one every 30 minutes on runs over 1 hour. I tried the raspberry lemon one and I could not do that one, but this one actually tastes really good. If you like sea salt caramel, if you like anything like that, you're gonna like this. I haven't tried any of the other ones, but I think I would like chocolate. That's the next one I want to try. If you're running a long time, you need a fuel or you're not gonna feel good. You're not gonna have the energy to do what you need to do and you're not gonna perform as well. Let's talk about after run fueling, because I feel like it's not talked about enough, because once you run, you fuel, you're good, right? But no, after you run, your body is in a state of fight or flight. You know, it has adrenaline. It was running. Your body can't tell the difference between you running from a bear and then you running for fun, you know? Your body thinks it's in like survival mode right now, so you're not gonna feel too hungry after you run. But even though you don't feel too hungry, you need to eat protein after you run, because that's what's going to fuel you and build your muscles that you just worked off because of running. If you don't eat right after you run, you're going to feel so hungry later, because your body's finally realizing like, oh, this is okay, but you haven't eaten, so you're going to feel hungry. So protein after your run. It goes carbs, in-run nutrition, and then protein. Get your protein in after. It's actually really important, and I've noticed a huge difference. Last thing when it comes to nutrition is hydration. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water, but with water, you need electrolytes. 310 is my favorite brand of electrolytes. I'll put a little QR code here, and there will be a link in the description box below. Scan and click that link to purchase yours. They're offering you 15% off. I'm going to make mine now because I'm going to the gym later today, and I want to be hydrated. But especially with running, I will have one of these after every single run, because you're sweating so much during your run, especially as it's getting hotter, summer's picking up. You need to be fueling with electrolytes. Electrolytes are different in water in that they replenish the salt that you just lost in all your sweat. And they're so vital to keep up with how you're feeling and just your running health in general. My favorite flavor is the lemon lime. I think they're so yummy. So definitely go check out the link. Guys, it's a win-win. You get 50% off and they're so yummy. To be honest with you, I've never tasted anything better after I'm like really hot and sweaty after a run. This is what I crave. I think it's so good. And this is what your body needs after a run. It needs hydration. It needs salt back into it. So refreshing. I live in Florida. It's really hot. I'm already sweating a ton, so this is essential. This is one of my favorite things ever. They have a ton of different flavors. My favorites are the lemon lime, obviously number one. I really like the strawberry also, and they have cucumber, peach and mango, all different types of flavors. Go check it out. Support me, support 310, hydrate. So yummy. That's basically all I have on nutrition. Just make sure you do your research. Make sure you find what works for you. Just please don't not eat anything. The next thing I want to talk about is running gear. I've reached a point where my runs are getting longer and gear is helpful in long runs. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what I use on every run. The first thing let's talk about is shoes. I recently just switched shoes because my old shoes, they had no tread on the back of them. Like this was completely flat and they had a huge blood spot from where they made my toes bleed. It was so gross. Ugh. I don't want to relive it. So recently I just switched to the Hoka Clifton 9s and oh my god, I love these shoes. I just realized I was also running in the wrong shoe size, so make sure you get your size checked because it's really important. It's just going to change the overall feel of your run. If your shoes are not right for you, it can literally affect back pain. It can affect your whole leg, bro. Like, you have to make sure your shoes are the correct size for you and they're the right type of shoe for you. I really like these shoes because they're super cushiony right here and the ankle support is really nice. I got this cute purple color, which I love. They are already a little dirty, so I want to clean them because they're honestly my favorite and I want to take really good care of these. The next thing I like to wear while running is my running belt. This is from Lululemon. It's very comfortable. I think it's the Fasten Free Mini, so it's not the big one, it's the smaller one. I do want the big one, but this is just the one I use. It holds my AirPods, it holds all my fuel that I bring, and it holds my tissues, of course. I haven't put my phone in it, but I do believe it holds it. I just normally like to run with my phone in my hand just so I can look at it and change things easily. But especially if you're going long distances, you're going to want yourself a running belt to hold the things that you don't want to hold. These things are my favorite electronics while running, so I really enjoy my AirPod Pro Maxes because they do have noise cancellation, but they also have transparent mode so you can hear what's around you, and I think that's so important while running. These are really well, the sound quality is really well in them, so I recommend a good comfortable pair of earphones that work for you because AirPods aren't for everyone. I know some people feel like these fall out of their ears. You want something that stays in your ear and that's comfortable. These have always been a no problem for me. They stick in my ears, they sound good. I love these. With that in technology, I use an Apple Watch. I love my Apple Watch. She's like Series 3. She's so old, but I just love having something to track my mileage, my splits. I think that's very important, and it also tracks heart rate. Even if it's not accurate completely, it's somewhat accurate, and you're getting somewhat a feel of how you're doing and where you are. These things aren't necessities, these are definitely privileges, and I realize that, but if you do have the means to get these, I definitely recommend. It just makes the overall experience better, more comfortable, and more fun. For running clothes, I'm a big t-shirt girl. I like to just wear shorts and a t-shirt, but my favorite shorts are definitely the Lululemon Hottie Hot. I really want to try the Lululemon Fast and Free. They're just so expensive, but trust me, I will try them one day, and I'm sure I'm gonna love them. They're so cute. But I just use the Lululemon Hottie Hot, and then I love a good con t-shirt, and then just a supportive sports bra that's gonna make you feel comfortable while running. And that's pretty much all the running gear that I use. Nothing crazy, just your essentials. I'm obviously not far into running where I wear like a running vest or bring water or anything like that, but I am getting to the point, so maybe we'll have to do an updated version. The next thing that I really want to talk about is mindset. Running is hard, and you are gonna feel like stopping so many times, but what makes us stronger and better runners is not stopping when we want to stop. It's pushing the extra mile when we are done. Half the time when I want to stop in running, it's literally because I'm bored and tired and don't feel like it. It's not even because my body's in pain or my breathing's too bad. It's literally because I'm done with it. Every time you want to stop, you need to think to yourself, and you're like, what really is the issue? Can I still do this? Can I go a little bit longer? 9 times out of 10, I can, and I'm sure you can as well. Running is more of a mental sport than anything, because I swear it's insane how your mind works. I mean, you're there running for so long, it's just in your own head, so it's really up to you. At the end of the day, what gets me through is I always give myself 5 more minutes. If I really feel like stopping, I'm like, okay, give yourself 5 more minutes and reassess, and almost every time I feel amazing after. Whenever I get a cramp or my leg hurts or my arm hurts, I run through it for 5 minutes. It goes away, guys. It literally goes away. You just have to run through it. Obviously, if something's actually wrong, if you know something's wrong, you know your body well. If you feel like something's actually wrong, then yes, stop, recover. We don't want to lead to injuries, but if you know that you can still do it and you're just being lazy and tired and just don't feel like it, give yourself 5 more minutes. Another thing that I also like to think of when run gets hard is that running is such a privilege. Being able to run fast is a privilege. Being able to run in a safe place is a privilege. I feel like we're so used to these things that they don't seem like privileges, but they are. Some people simply do not have them. So what seems normal to us is a luxury to others. So we have to appreciate the fact that we can go outside our house and just run, because that's honestly amazing. And I like to think of that when I feel like not running, because I'm like, girl, it's a privilege. People want to do this. You can do it. And it honestly makes me feel so inspired, and it makes me think a lot about that, because honestly, a lot of things that we do in our life is a privilege. Another thing I like to do is, again, with like the 5-minute thing, is I'll look and I'll try to find like a sign. I'll be like, okay, just run to that sign, girl. And when I reach the sign, I'll be like, okay, run to this little piece of grass, girl. Like, you can set little like distances, and by the time you finish, you'll be done with your run already. Running is hard, but what's even harder is the mentality of it. So keep your mind sharp. Don't let the mental game win. You got this. The last thing I want to talk about today is recovery and preventing injuries. When I started my running journey, I didn't stretch after, I didn't warm up, and it showed. I was hurting. Almost every run I did, my calves would burn and tighten up so bad, and it literally didn't stop until one day I rolled out my calves and I stretched before my run, and it hasn't happened since. Warming up before your run is so crucial. You need to stretch, you need to roll out, and you need to do some type of dynamic workout to get your body moving. I also like to walk before every run. I walk about half a block before I actually start running. Another thing that's important while running is strength training. You're not going to be strong enough to do faster and longer runs if your muscles aren't where they need to be. There's a nice balance between strength training and running that it's hard to find. I'm having a difficult time balancing them, but I'm seeing the difference once I have balanced them. For instance, today is my rest day from running, but I'm going to the gym to lift. Speaking of rest days are very important and vital as well. You need to allow your body time to rest, because if you don't, it's not going to perform as well as it could, and it can lead to injury. Also, when you have easy runs in your training program, don't run them fast. Run them easy. Your body needs to run them easy, and that's what's going to allow you to run fast and longer when you need to. Also, when it comes to easy runs in your training program, actually run them easy, or else you're just defeating the whole purpose. An easy run is a recovery run of some sort. It's supposed to let your body kind of run, still get that mileage in, but recover and run at a slower pace so that you have the energy and the muscle and the stamina to run fast when you need to. Other things I like to do to try to prevent injury is stretch before and after every run. As I was saying, I like to roll out. I have a roller that I use, and I like to take a lot of baths when my muscles aren't feeling too good with some Epsom salt, warm baths. Oh, it's my favorite thing ever. I read my book, I relax, my muscles honestly feel such a difference. Recovery is just as important as the running, because at the end of the day, if you're not recovering, you're not going to run the best you could. That is all the tips and tricks I have for my first month and a half of my running journey. If you're thinking about running, I hope this video inspired you, and I hope you just start, because you never know what you're gonna love. The first weeks are gonna be tough. We already talked it. The first weeks are gonna suck, but give it a month. Give it a month of your time, a month of your effort. It's like 5 runs a week. You can do 5 runs a week for 1 month and just see where you are and see how you feel, because I guarantee you, you're gonna love it. I encourage you to share your running journeys in the comments down below. I encourage you to share your running journey with everyone. I think running is an amazing thing that we should all partake in and all share. If you like videos like these and about running, please like, comment, and subscribe. I love to see all your guys' comments. It makes my day. And please let me know if you guys want to see more about my running journey. I'm in the middle of filming a week of runs, so you should expect that very soon. And I'm just so happy to have you guys here along my marathon training journey. I just think it's crazy, because I'm at a point where I'm like, yeah, I can run a marathon with the right training. Like, that's how much I love it. I'm so excited to be at the point where I can run it. This weekend I'm running 10 miles and I'm like so excited. Like, isn't it crazy? Have you ever heard someone decide to run 10 miles? This is what I'm saying. Give it a month of your time. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this inspired you. That's my only goal ever in this. Let me know if you have any other questions, or if you want kind of like a part 2 in like 2 months of running. I'm gonna finish my electrolytes. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.